So you got a bald head and you're looking for the right tool to maintain it, but you think it's a pair of clippers. Well, I got news for you. If you're doing it with clippers, you're definitely doing it wrong. So there's a much better tool, and that's called the trimmer. Whereas clippers are good for fading, cutting hair to a certain length, trimmers are to take it all the way down to the 5 o'clock shadow look. So if that's something you wear, that's one thing. And another thing too, if you're gonna run an electric shaver, which is gonna get you that straight up baldy bald, Mr. Clean, mirror finish, well, you don't wanna do it with a clipper first because you're gonna leave too much hair and that's just gonna cause more irritation. So there's a little bit of a process to this, and I'm sure you're wondering which tools are the best to use for this process. So for the first time ever on the YouTube Barber Academy, we are gonna do a video to support those trying to go bald. Oh, and by the way, too, definitely don't fall for all those gimmicky manscapers when it comes to body grooming. Like, a trimmer is the best way to do it. You want to shave your tattoos, you want to have no irritation, trimmer is the way to go. So let's talk about 4 of the best trimmers to do that. I'll give you a couple of electric shaver recommendations as well. So let's go. So let's run through a couple of trimmers and a couple of shavers that'll have you looking like Mr. Clean in no time. So first one on the list, we're gonna go with the Andis Phenom trimmer. Now this is budget and gentle and a good starter. USB-C charging, 3 hours of runtime. It's honestly good for beginners or anybody with sensitive skin. It doesn't cut the closest on the list and out of the box, but it is definitely a starter option at a good price. And that would be the Andis Phenom. Now, you guys can check out links for all of these down below. You'll see them, you'll get discount links, and you guys can head over to Fort Worth Barber Supply, use the code Eddie10, save 10% off of anything on this list. The next one on the list is gonna be the Babyliss Low Pro FX1. Not too long ago, these were like $200, but they're practically giving these away at Fort Worth Barber Supply. They got them discounted to $129. So this is the full size, comes with a removable battery, and these things definitely cut good, and they'll totally do the job for you. If you're just cutting on your own hair, it's great. The only thing I don't like is you have to charge it with a separate dock, and the blade that it comes with is not my favorite from Babyliss. However, all of that aside, for personal use, it would be fine. Now the next one on the list is gonna be the Babyliss Low Pro Compacts. Now these are sort of a smaller version of that FX1. They don't have quite as much power, but they come in kind of budget friendly at $149. They have USB-C charging, 2 hours of runtime. They come with a dock. They're pretty compact, good to travel with, and they got some pretty decent power. The only thing I don't like about them is the type of blade that they come with is not my favorite. I prefer the original Gold FX blade, but for personal use, I think they'll be more than enough. However, if you're looking to save some money, let's hit the ultimate budget-friendly option, and that's gonna be the Stylecraft Ace Trimmer. And it's giving you 7,500 RPMs, USB-C charging, 3 hours of runtime. It gives you that open skeleton design. It has the ability to be zero gap, so it can cut closer, but that stainless steel blade, it stays good for a long time. And this trimmer, it punches way above its price point. So honestly, for like all of them on the list, if you're on a budget, it doesn't get any better than this. The next one on the list is my absolute favorite trimmer ever made, hands down, and this is the Stylecraft Saber. It has a digital brushless motor. These motors are known to get roughly 10,000 hours of life. I've had mine for like 2 years, and the Gold X Pro blade, man, this thing is gentle and it cuts super close. I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. If you have the budget, I would go with this one. And if you guys go over to Stylecraft directly, you guys can use my code Eddie and you can save 10% right there directly on the website. You will find it linked below. Now, just a quick recap, in my opinion, if I had to choose one, it's definitely the Saber, hands down. It is the smoothest, most reliable trimmer on this list, and it's the one that I've used the most long term. However, if you're balling on a budget and it's just for personal use, there is nothing wrong with the Ace. It's a hidden gem. You can't beat it. So now you got your trimmer, you got your hair down to the 5 o'clock shadow, and it's time to use a foil shaver of some kind. So let's go ahead. Let's start out with the Braun Series 9. Couple of amazing things about this. One, it has a little trimmer in the center. So if you miss a couple of hairs with your trimmer, you're gonna be able to pick them up and cut them. This thing is top quality, top to bottom. It's completely waterproof. It is kind of expensive. However, they are a bit discounted, I gotta say. I was surprised to see this is probably the #1 option for somebody with sensitive skin, and it doesn't cut the closest, but it has some smooth and super good quality. Let's move on to the next one on the list, and that would be the Babyliss FX3. This thing has got a lot of good performance and a lot of good value. It comes in at $99. It gives you 10,000 RPMs, 3 hours of runtime, and it's got a really fast motor, gives you a really good finish, and a lot of people, a lot of barbers still really like this one, and it's kind of hard to beat this one for under $100. However, it doesn't come with like USB-C charging or anything too fancy. It's just a solid machine. Number 3 on this list is gonna be the Wahl Vanish. This is actually a pretty smooth and slow cutting shaver. It's definitely not the fastest, but it is very gentle, it's very effective, and it's another great option for somebody with sensitive skin that maybe doesn't want to buy the Braun Series 9. Now, a better option, I think, for somebody with sensitive skin would be the Stylecraft Flex, which is what's coming in at number 4. This thing can actually switch different speeds, so you can find a speed that suits you. It comes in at only 119. It has USB-C charging, adjustable speeds, and it has that little trimmer in the middle. So if you think about it, it's less than half of the price of the Braun Series 9, but if you're using this for personal use especially, it's gonna be more than good enough. Number 5, the next one on the list is gonna be the Instinct Shaver. This is the top performance, this is the top dog. It is expensive, but it has that vector motor with that intuitive torque control. It has the ability to just speed up when it senses resistance, and it will just plow through the hair. There is nothing better than this tool if you have some really thick hair, if you're trying to get things done really quick. These are just some of the best shavers you're ever gonna find, and it's definitely my number 1 pick for barbering and just working in general. However, if we just did a quick recap, I would say for sensitive skin, let's go with the Braun Series 9 or the Flex. For power, Instinct all the way, and honestly just a good overall value, that FX3 or that Flex, depending on what your needs are. All right, so I hope this clears up the difference between clippers, trimmers, and shavers. Whether you're going full Mr. Clean or you're rocking that bald and bearded look, having the right tool really makes all the difference. All the tools I mentioned are linked down below with discount codes. Grab what fits your budget and your routine, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos and more reviews like this from the YouTube Barber Academy, where we have over 1,000 videos to help you learn. My name is Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.